Hi students, coming to the next topic, that is a spiral model. So this is another software lifecycle model. So far we have discussed about the waterfall model, prototype model. Now let us see the spiral model. What exactly the spiral model? So here the structure is looking like it is a spiral. Means the operations that are taking place while you're developing any product or any process. So that will be in the form of spiral. Now let me explain. Actually, this spiral model is a combination of, the first thing is, it is a combination of waterfall model and iterative model. So it is a combination of waterfall model and iterative model. So here in each phase in spiral models begin with the design goal and ends with a client reviewing the process. So let me write that point also. Each phase in spiral model begins with design goal and ends with client reviewing. So whatever the phase you are taking, means whether you are planning phase or modeling or construction. So here different 5 phases I am taking: communication, planning, modeling, construction and deployment. So here in each phase in the spiral model, it begins with the design goal and ends with the client reviewing. So using spiral model, software is developed in a series of incremental release. So the main thing is here, software is developed in a series of, always it is to be incremented in a series of incremental releases. So here a spiral model is divided into a framework activities, also called as a task region. So these are different task regions. So here you can see this is a spiral starts from here. So this comes to one phase. So up to here this is one phase. So means one task, I'm talking about the task. So a spiral model is divided into a framework activities, also called as task regions. This is one task region, and next this is another task region. Okay, and next this is another task region, like that. These are the different task regions that are present in the spiral. So first stage is a communication. So a communication between the customer and developer is starting here. So first we discuss the project with the customer. So what are the requirements they want? That is a communication. They are just talking. So and next they are planning. Means the developer has to plan whenever they take the requirements and specifications from the customer. So in the planning comes for is nothing but estimating of the project, scheduling the project, and any risk analysis. Risks were undertaken while we developing the project. So those are all comes under the planning. So after planning we have to model, means the design. Once the documentation is ready, we have to design in the pictorial representative, that is the modeling. So in the modeling you come across with the analysis phase and the design phase. So okay, my modeling will be over, means whatever the documentation is there, that will be represented in a diagrammatic form. After that I have to construct, means the construction comes under code and test. Means I have to write the code for that project, and after writing the code I have to test whether any means is a product is success or not. I have to test. Okay, that is a code and test will comes under the construction phase. After construction the project is ready, so I have to deploy the project. That is a deployment phase. So in the deployment phase you came across the delivery of project and the support if there any need to the customer. Means regarding the project, if there is any support requirement, you have to provide that. The developers has to provide the support and the feedbacks from the customers. So these are all the different phases. So whatever the model you have taken, these phases will come. planning, modeling, constructing, deployment, communication. So whatever the model you have taken, these phases will come. But here in the spiral model, the software is developed in a series of incremental release. Means once it will be released, after another increment will be there. So it is divided into frameworks. The main thing is here the task will be task regions will be there. So these are the different task regions. So if you take the first task region, this is one task region. So this task region, it explains the concept development. So this indicates the red circle, it indicates the concept development. So the first most inner circle means here we are developing the concept. So after that, so in the next circle, so this next spiral, so this comes under this system development. This is the concept development, and this comes to the system development. System development. So in this task group, a system is going to be developed. First, the concept is developing. Okay, concept is ready. Then you have to prepare for the system. So system development. So after that, this is the next task region. This is the next task region. So this task region explains about the system enhancement. If there is any enhancement required, that will be done here. System enhancement. So after system was developed, the system has to be an enhancement in this spiral. And the last thing, that is the here I'm taking, this is another spiral. So this spiral indicates the system maintenance. System maintenance. So these are all the different tasks that are present in the spiral. So this is about the spiral model. So whatever the model you have taken, everything will be planning, modeling, constructing, deployment and communication. So the main difference between the models means while we are following the sequence method, while we are following the iterative method, while we are following what type of methods to develop a project. So the spiral is a combination of both waterfall model and the iterative model. Now let us see when to use this spiral model. When we are going to use a spiral model. So when you are discussing dealing with the large projects, go for the spiral model. The best way is to go for the spiral model if you are dealing with the large projects. When releases are required to be frequented. So far frequently if the release is required, then it's better to go for the spiral model. So if there is any risk and cost evaluation is there, means if you want to calculate the risk and cost evaluation for every time, then it's better to go for the spiral model. The spiral model is used when risk and cost evaluation is important. So when requirements are unclear and the complex, means the requirements whatever the customer has given that were not clear, and if those requirements are complex, seems to be complex, then it's better go for the spiral model. Means in the spiral model, it's just we are developing a series of incremental release. So whenever you want, you can add the features to that. So if when requirements are unclear and complex, better to go for the spiral model. So when changes may require at any time, then go for the spiral model. For medium to high risk projects, whenever you are adding the medium projects to adding the features and you making it a high risk project, means it seems to be high risk project, then you can prefer spiral model. So in these cases we will go for the spiral model. Now coming to the advantages and disadvantages of using this spiral. Let's see the advantage. Additional functionality or changes can be done at later stages. So whatever the functionalities and whatever the changes that you need to require in the project, you can then at later stage also. Cost estimation becomes easy. Okay, so in each stage you can maintain the cost estimation. Means this task, this will be the cost, means the system maintenance cost, system development cost, concept development cost. So like that, system enhancement cost. So cost estimation becomes easy in spiral model. So in spiral model, development is fast and features are added in a systematic way. So always the features are added in a systematic way in spiral. There is always space for customers feedback. So whatever the customers wants to give the feedbacks, they can give frequently. Means if they want at any time they can give. So there is a space for customers feedback in spiral model. Now let us see the disadvantages. The disadvantages is of using the spiral is risk is not meeting the schedule or a budget, and the documentation is more as it has intermediate phases. So in intermediate phases we have to write more documentation to make the each phase clear. It is not advisable for smaller projects. It might cost them a lot. So I already said it's better to go for, if you're using this large projects, you can go for the spiral model. So it is not that much of suitable to the smaller project. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of using spiral model. Thank you.